Welcome back to a new video. In this series, we explore the Muses of Greek mythology, the 9 daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne, each embodying a unique domain of the arts, science, or memory. This video is about Polyhymnia. Most people know Polyhymnia as the muse of sacred hymns and religious poetry, a figure of quiet grace and solemn power. But Polyhymnia is more than just devotion and song. She is silence that speaks. She is divine focus, contemplative stillness, and the spirit of sacred art. Where the other muses sing, Polyhymnia listens. And in that silence, she hears the voice of the divine. Polyhymnia symbolizes sacred song and spiritual devotion. Polyhymnia's domain is not celebration, but reverence. She inspires hymns sung in temples, chants whispered in sanctuaries, and the solemn rituals that connect mortals to the divine. She is the breath before prayer, the pause before sacred speech. Her presence elevates words into offerings, meditation and inner discipline. Unlike her more exuberant sisters, Polyhymnia is serious, serene, and inward-looking. She is the muse of sacred restraint, of channeling energy not outward in performance, but inward in intention. Her power isn't loud. It's enduring. She reminds us, stillness can be strength. Divine communication and mystery. Polyhymnia's influence extends beyond music. She is often associated with geometry, agriculture, and even the memory of divine law, things structured, eternal, and meaningful. She speaks to those who seek connection with something higher. Her gift is revelation, not of noise, but of understanding. Origins and family. Polyhymnia is one of the 9 muses, born from the union of Zeus, king of the gods, and Mnemosyne, goddess of memory. Her name means many hymns, and her domain reflects not just quantity, but depth. She is often considered the most pious of the muses, frequently appearing in myths and art with a downcast gaze, finger to her lips, or deep in thought. She embodies spiritual inspiration, less about performance, more about presence. In some traditions, she is credited as the mother of Triptolemus, by Chimos or by divine conception, the agricultural hero associated with Demeter, linking her to the life-giving cycle of earth and ritual. Polyhymnia and the world. Polyhymnia is rarely seen with instruments or masks. Instead, she's often portrayed in long flowing robes, veiled or draped, sometimes with a pensive expression, hand to chin or lips, the classic thinker's pose. She is the image of contemplation and devotion. While her sisters dance or recite, Polyhymnia stands still. She is invoked in sacred ceremonies, during rites of passage, and in spaces where the human meets the divine. She may not speak often, but when she does, her words echo in the soul. She's also associated with oratory, history, and even geometry, the sacred patterns of the universe, reminding us that truth is found not just in chaos, but in order, too. Myths and stories involving Polyhymnia. Myth number 1, Polyhymnia and the sacred temples. Polyhymnia was especially honored in temples dedicated to Apollo and the gods of prophecy and ritual. Priests and priestesses called upon her for divine clarity and calm, seeking her quiet strength to carry out sacred duties. She was the muse of those who served, not for glory, but for truth. Myth number 2, Polyhymnia and Triptolemus. In some myths, Polyhymnia is the mother of Triptolemus, the hero who spreads the secrets of agriculture to humankind. If true, she is not just a muse of spirit, but also of survival. Her influence nurtures not just souls, but civilizations. Myth number 3, the muse of memory and mystery. While no major myth centers solely on her, Polyhymnia is felt in every sacred myth, in the reverent tones of Orphic hymns, in the stillness before a prophecy, and in the quiet strength of those who serve the gods without need for recognition. Her story is not one of drama, but of dignity. Worship and depiction. Polyhymnia was worshipped alongside her sisters at Mount Helicon and Mount Parnassus, near the sacred springs of artistic inspiration. She was especially revered by poets, priests, and philosophers, those whose work required stillness, discipline, and clarity. In art, she is the very image of solemn grace, often depicted with a veil, hand to mouth or chest, her posture composed, thoughtful. Sometimes she leans on a pillar, lost in contemplation. She is not flamboyant, but unmistakably powerful. She is the muse of devotion, of stillness, of meaning made sacred. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's another muse or myth you'd like us to cover, drop it in the comments. And remember, not all power makes noise. Not all wisdom shouts. Some truths are whispered. Some are felt in silence. Polyhymnia shows us that the quietest voices often carry the most sacred weight. Listen deeply. Speak carefully. Let the hymn rise. See you next time.